Kelly Ripa may be a proud mom, but she's also a bit of a rule breaker when it comes to supporting her kids. During a recent conversation, the TV host revealed that she secretly attended a performance of Death of a Salesman on March 10th to watch her son Joaquin Consuelos make his Broadway debut. However, Consuelos had asked his parents to wait until opening night on April 9th before coming to see the show, but Ripa admitted she couldn't resist. Speaking about the experience, she said she attended the performance with her husband, Mark Consuelos, and was blown away by what she saw. "I didn't ask for permission. I just went. I'm like, you know what? I'm a ticket buyer too, and I'm going," she teased. Mark quickly chimed in while recalling the night. "You said I undersold it," Mark said. At first, Kelly said she thought her husband was simply being a proud dad when he praised their son's performance. But once she saw the show for herself, her reaction changed immediately. "It was unbelievable," she gushed. "The entire production is incredible, and just to see Joaquin up there took my breath away." Mark agreed, and said he was completely captivated by his son's performance. "He's amazing," Mark said. "He did such a good job." Watching Joaquin on stage was an emotional moment for the actor, who said he was glued to the performance the entire time. "I did not blink," Mark said of the 3-hour play, which stars Nathan Lane and Laurie Metcalf. "I was watching him with a smile on my face." Mark admitted he got emotional as the show went on. "And cried," he continued, noting that audience members around him were also emotional during the performance. As he was taking his first curtain call bow, the lady next to me said, "Mazel tov, your son was amazing." The streets of New York City glowed under the warm March lights, the hum of taxicabs and chatter of pedestrians creating a rhythm all their own. For most, it was an ordinary Tuesday night, but for Kelly Ripa, it was anything but ordinary. She clutched her husband Mark Consuelos' hand as they approached the theater, trying to keep a low profile. Her heart raced, not just with the excitement of Broadway, but with the thrill of breaking the rules, just a little. "You really think we won't get spotted?" Kelly whispered, tugging slightly at Mark's sleeve. "Honestly, we'll be fine. You're practically invisible out here," Mark replied with a grin, though his eyes twinkled with the shared secret. "Besides, you've been planning this for weeks." Kelly chuckled softly. "Planning more like scheming." She glanced at the marquee above the theater, Death of a Salesman. The production had already been receiving rave reviews, and tonight, she and Mark would see their son, Joaquin, take the stage for the very first time on Broadway. Joaquin had asked them to wait until the official opening night, April 9th, before attending. But Kelly, ever the doting mom, couldn't resist. The thought of watching her son live, performing in one of the most prestigious venues in the world, was too tempting. Tickets in hand, she whispered, "I didn't ask for permission. I just went. I'm like, you know what? I'm a ticket buyer too, and I'm going." Mark squeezed her hand and laughed. "You said I undersold it," he teased. Kelly rolled her eyes but smiled. "I thought you were just being a proud dad, but I had no idea." Her voice softened, trailing off as the doors opened, and the scent of fresh popcorn and velvet curtains filled the air. The theater was magnificent, the golden lights shimmering across the ornate ceiling. They found their seats, nestled quietly in the middle of the orchestra section. Kelly's eyes scanned the audience, friends, critics, and theater enthusiasts, but her focus was singular. Joaquin was somewhere on that stage, preparing to make the performance of a lifetime. As the lights dimmed and the orchestra began, Kelly felt a thrill ripple through her chest. The opening scene unfolded with precision, the actors moving seamlessly through their parts. Nathan Lane and Laurie Metcalf commanded the stage, bringing their decades of experience to the production. But Kelly's attention remained on Joaquin. "He's amazing," Mark whispered, leaning closer. "I'm already captivated." Kelly nodded, barely able to breathe. She felt a lump in her throat as Joaquin appeared on stage for the first time, delivering his lines with a confidence and presence that belied his years. Every gesture, every intonation was perfect. She tried to remain discreet, but the swell of pride in her chest threatened to spill over. "I didn't blink," Mark admitted, his voice low but filled with awe. 3 hours, and I didn't blink once." Kelly reached over, squeezing his hand. "I know. Me neither. Just seeing him, it took my breath away." The audience laughed and cried in turns as the story unfolded. Kelly glanced around, noticing fellow theatergoers wiping away tears, leaning toward their companions, captivated by the intensity on stage. Yet all she could focus on was her son. Joaquin's performance was electric, drawing her in, holding her hostage in a world of emotion. As the final act drew near, Kelly's heart pounded. She could feel the tension in Joaquin's body even from her seat, the culmination of weeks, months, and years of preparation. When the curtain finally fell, and the cast lined up for their bows, Kelly's emotions overcame her. "He did it," she whispered, tears springing to her eyes. "He really did it." Mark's own tears glistened in the theater light, and the audience felt it too. Look at them. Around them, strangers were applauding, some standing, some offering heartfelt congratulations to the actors. A woman next to Mark leaned over and said, "Mazel tov. Your son was amazing." Kelly and Mark shared a look, a mixture of pride, relief, and love. They knew how much this moment meant, not just for Joaquin, but for their entire family. Years of hard work, dedication, and support had led to this night. As the cast exited the stage, Kelly whispered to Mark, "I'm so glad I couldn't wait. I had to see him now." Mark nodded, smiling softly. "And I'm glad you did. This is unforgettable." They left the theater that night walking on air, their hearts full. Kelly knew she had bent the rules a little, but it had been worth every second. She had witnessed her son's triumph, a moment that would stay with her forever.